Hello, students and parents. My name is Herr Cox, and I am the German teacher here at VR Eaton High School for the 2019-2020 school year. I wanted to send you this video as a brief introduction to who I am and also a brief introduction to the courses that you will be taking here with me this year. First off, I wanted to let you guys know that this is my 17th year as a German teacher. And yes, if some of you recognize me, I was here at Eaton High School from 2015 through 2018, and I am back. So if you are one of my returning students, I look forward to seeing you. If I had one of your siblings, I'm glad that you decided to take German. And if I've never seen you before, I am very glad that you decided to sign up for the course. So again, the purpose of this video is just to go over a few of the information pieces that you might need in order to be ready for the first day of school and the first day of class, of course. So let me go ahead and get to that one. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this picture, and then I'll show you the Moodle page for this class. Now, of course, you will notice that this says German 1 and Pre-AP German 1, and that's okay. The German 2 and the German 3 and 4 courses look very similar to this one. I'm just going to go over some of the basics with you. There will be some things specific to each of the courses that I will go over with the students during that first week of instruction. All of these that you see up here are clickable links, so you can send me an email. Resources, I've put in some links in there for some useful things that you might need for this class. Gradebook, of course, that'll take you to Home Access Center. Assignments, this will take you to a calendar where I put both formative and summative assignments. The forum, this is something specifically for students when you're at home or during class in order to ask questions electronically if you're uncomfortable with asking those in front of people or it's something that you just forget about. Quizlet, this one right here, this is an important link. This is where we're going to be using and going, or we'll be going to this and using it for vocabulary acquisition. And so you can see that there. Parents, just to let you guys know, this link right here is one of the links that I would suggest that you remind your students of when they tell you that they don't have homework for my class. Here's my homework policy. Either if you did not finish any of the work that we did in class that day, that needs to be done at home, or if we were finished with everything, you need to be on Quizlet or some sort of German site for at least 5 to 10 minutes each night. My homework for this class is that you are engaged in learning German 5 to 10 minutes each night at home. A great way to fulfill that is to teach your family what you learned in class that day. So keep that in mind. Resubmission request, this is where you would go if you needed to retake a test. So that you can get that taken care of. And then, of course, your tutoring sessions right here. I do have tutoring available. The only thing with tutoring is that I ask that you request a tutorial session 24 hours in advance because I want to make sure that I know what you're coming in for and that you have time to prepare so that when you and I are working with one another, we're not wasting any time. We need to make sure that I know that your time is valuable and you, I'm certainly can understand that my time is valuable. So let's go ahead and make sure that that's a successful partnership. Again, you will see a link for the German 1 forum, but we're specifically going to go there. If you click on the info blot, it's going to go ahead and download that. But just so you know, this is the quote-unquote syllabus for this class. Let me scroll up here. This is the syllabus or the info blot for German 1, German 2, and German 3 and 4. You'll notice that it's very similar. I'm just going to go over some of the basic things here. First, you'll see contact information at the top. Please note that my email address is ccox03. If you send it to ccox@nisdtx.org, that will go to Mrs. Cox, who is an assistant principal here at Eaton. So make sure that you're putting that 03 in there, very important. The objectives for the class are going to be very different for 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's because the aims of the courses are different. I'm not going to read all of these for you, but I do want to address one thing. I oftentimes have many parents and students that ask, by the time I'm through German 2, will I be fluent? The easy and simple answer is no. Think about it. I have 45 to 50 minutes with you each day for 5 days a week for 36 weeks out of the year. That really is not an entire lot of time, I should say, in order for me to get you fluent. I have been studying German for over 25 years, and I still even have some times where I feel like I'm not fluent in the language. All right. So I have been doing this a lot longer than you have. So I can tell you that by the end of German 2, you will not be fluent. So that's why I always suggest move on to German 3 and 4 so that you can be even more involved and knowledgeable in the language. Tardiness, let's talk about this. Tardiness, you have 5 minutes to get to class. Tardiness means that your body is not inside the classroom door. It doesn't mean sitting, but it means being inside of my classroom. That means even if you're in the pod and I see you, but the bell rings, you are tardy. So please make sure that you're doing this. Students, I want to speak specifically to you, those of you that are freshmen, and even some of you that are not. This is the time in your life where you need to start becoming accountable for yourself. So if you are somewhere in the building, in the pack, in the athletic wing, or especially freshmen that are in the A pod on the 3rd floor, you need to start deciding what is the quickest way to get to Herr Cox's classroom and what is the most efficient way. That means that you do not have time to talk to your friends for a minute or two between those classes. You do not have time to stop. You do not have time to do a lot of things that you think that you might. Okay, so you need to start figuring that out, because I will be enforcing the tardy policy here in my classroom. All right. Bathroom breaks and passes to other places around the campus are at my discretion. The reason I do that is because I want to make sure that you are here when instruction is going on so that you can be as successful as you can be in my class. With bathroom breaks, just so that you know, I do not let anyone go to the bathroom the first 10 minutes of class and the last 10 minutes of class. So you have about 20-25 minutes in between to go to the bathroom. But remember that is your responsibility to make sure that you know what's happening when you're gone to the bathroom. All right. Also, I want to make sure that you understand as well. This is also a time where you need to learn to be a self-advocate. If you are having, if you're not feeling well, if you had a rough night, if there's something going on with you that I need to be aware of that may affect your performance in class or may mean that you need to go to the restroom more than once or something like that, you've got to let me know. We're all human. I'm willing to have a conversation with you, but you have to be able to speak up for yourself and let me know what's going on, okay? Classroom rules, very simple. These, I just have 3. Really, this right here is just a, for the lack of better terms, my rules are the exact rules that you would expect to see in any kind of work environment. All right. The first one, arrive to class on time and in dress code. So we've already talked about policies. Dress code, there's 2 things. 1, students, you must have your ID on you every single day. It must be above the waist and it needs to be visible. All right. Again, this is nothing personal. This is just business. This is for your safety. You need to have this on. Okay. You will not be allowed in my classroom if you do not have your ID on you. Okay. If you have to go and get one, that counts as a tardy. I'm sorry. You were not prepared. Okay. So make sure that you've got that. Second thing, come supplied and prepared for classwork. What does it mean to be supplied? You need a pen or a pencil. You're going to need to make sure that you have your journal. Okay, so guys, before the first day of school, make sure that you go out and get one of these, 50 cents at Walmart. I'm sure that you can find them other places. This is where you're going to take your notes, your writing assignments, all that kind of stuff are going to be done in here. So very important for you to have this with you for class. The last supply that you need to come with an open mind. You need to come willing to be able, willing to work with other people, talk with other people, make mistakes, and be okay with that. That's most important for this class. And be respectful and polite at all times. Guys, this is the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. There's no simpler way for me to explain it, okay? You will see the offenses right there. So if you keep consistently breaking the rules, there will be consequences to those decisions, and we'll talk individually about those when and if it comes to that one. All right, parents, again, if I'm having a problem with your student, I'll make sure to call or email you, and we'll find a time when we can discuss it with one another. All right. Also, you need to know that the school code of conduct will be strictly adhered to in this classroom. So anything that is mentioned in the student code of conduct for NISD will be strictly enforced here in this classroom. No ifs, ands, or buts. Again, nothing personal, just business. Okay? Grading policy, 60% of your grade is going to come from integrated performance assessments. What that means is 60% of your grade is going to be coming from when I test you to see if you know how to do what exactly we've been doing in class. So make sure that you're paying attention to that one. 40% are going to come from formatives. That means either classwork or homework. All right, and you'll see the number of those types of things. Where it says weekly progress quizzes, yes, we will be having quizzes during the 9 weeks, usually on a Thursday or a Friday, so that I can test and see if you are learning what we've been doing in class. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're doing that. Classwork and homework policy, you'll see that there. Again, homework policy, you have 2 days to get things turned in. After those 2 days, you have that 30 points that are gone already. All right, and then your formative needs to be turned in before we do the summative for that one. After that, it's going to stay a 0. Okay, so make sure that you're adhering to that one. Cheating policy: we do not cheat in this class. We do not use online translators. That is cheating. It is considered plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism in my book is the same as stealing something that doesn't belong to you. So we will not cheat in this classroom. Testing policy. I could go over each of these bullet points. Parents, please take a moment to sit down with your students and to read these bullet points one by one and make sure that both you and your student are aware of the testing policy for this classroom. I pulled this testing policy directly from NISD Guide to Grade Reporting, so if you have any questions, please feel free to call me and ask me about those ones. Tutoring schedules, you'll see that right there. I have tutoring during Eagle time, and again, on those days right there. I will let you know if there's any time that I am unavailable for tutoring on those scheduled days as much as I can. Also, again, an appointment needs to be scheduled 24 hours prior to the tutoring time. Again, that is so that I can be prepared and the student can be prepared. And if you'll notice on this one, I also included the link for that Google form that you can fill out to schedule your tutorial. All right, technology policy. Students, make sure that you pay attention to this one. Technology policy. In my classroom, in Herr Cox's classroom, your computer, your Chromebook, stays away and in your bag until I tell you it's time to take it out. There will be some times in class that we will not use it. There will be some times in class where we use it the entire time. I will let you know, okay? So you need to make sure that your Chromebook stays away. Hopefully you've got that one. Cell phone policy. This is most important. Parents and students, please pay attention to this. This cell phone, my cell phone, of course, will be locked away, but your cell phone, when it comes with you, is a huge distractor, like it or not. Again, nothing personal, just business. But I have provided for everyone in this class a cell phone zone at the very front of the classroom. You can put your cell phone in a pocket up there. There will be some power strips up there for you to charge your phone in case it's running low, but everyone is expected to turn in their cell phone at the front of the classroom. And then when class is over, you can retrieve it on your way out the door. Please do not try to go against this policy. I've put this in place because I want to make sure that our time together is successful. And if you've got your cell phone with you and you're on Facebook or Twitter or doing anything like that, you're not paying attention and it's going to be very difficult for you to be successful. So please note that this is nothing personal. This is just business. Okay? Again, if you have any questions on that one, parents, please feel free to send me an email or let me know. As far as that goes, that is everything that I have for you. We will do a little bit more with this, but I wanted to kind of give you a heads up before the school year started. I certainly hope you've had a great summer, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you on Tuesday, the 20th, for the return to school. Notice that we're going to start with a pep rally, but I'm very excited to see you, and I'm very excited to get to work with you, and I hope that our year is going to be successful. But for now, I will talk to you later. Tschüss.